Hi, I'm Angie. Today I'm going to show you a recipe for a nut coffee cake. Coffee cakes are great because they're quick and easy to make, and it just makes the perfect amount for a weekday dessert or to have when friends come over for coffee. So the first thing we're going to do is start with the topping. So I've got half a cup of brown sugar and half a cup of chopped nuts, and I'm using chopped pecans that I just got in Georgia. I love these, they're so good. And I've got a teaspoon of cinnamon and 3 tablespoons of butter that I've just cubed, and I'm going to cut that in until it gets the size of sort of like a large pea. So I'm using my pastry blender to do that and get it started, but I usually like to just finish it with my fingers to make sure that the brown sugar gets right in with the butter. Makes a really nice topping. So we're just going to do that and then set it aside and make our cake batter. Okay, that looks good. You can see it's nice and moist and all the sugar is combined. That looks good. Okay, so we'll just set that aside and we'll make our cake. To make our cake batter, we're starting with 1 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, and I'm just going to add in 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'll just whisk those together and just set those aside while we combine the wet ingredients. Okay, in a bowl I'm going to cream together 2 tablespoons of butter and 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Just going to use an electric mixer for that. I'm going to beat in 1 egg and of course 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just going to beat that till it's nice and light. Now I'm going to add 1/3 of the dry ingredients and half of 2/3 of a cup of milk. So 1/3 of milk. Beat that. Now another 1/3 of the dry ingredients and the rest of the milk, and beat that, and just the rest of the dry ingredients. Looks good. Now I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees and I've got a greased 8-inch pan here. So what I'm going to do is just spread half of the batter into the pan. Just spread it out evenly. And now I'm going to sprinkle it with half of the topping that we made. That bakes right into the center. Oh, it's going to be so good. Just like that. And now the rest of the batter on the top. Just want to be a little careful not to disturb the center filling too badly. So scoop it on top and then carefully spread it out. We're going to bake this at 350 for about 30 to 40 minutes. Spread that over the top. And then top it with the rest of the topping. So I'll pop that into the oven and show it to you when it's all done. Okay, it's been about 32 minutes and the cake is done. Holy cow, does it smell really good in here. So you want to let it sit in the pan for about 10 to 15 minutes before you cut it and serve it warm. You can also change this up by just making half the amount of topping and putting either sliced apples or some cranberries or blueberries on top, and then just sprinkle the topping over top of that. Bake it the same way. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy your nut coffee cake.